Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to Mini Mic Monday. My name is Stephen Albano. I serve as the Director of First Year Admissions at Flagler College.
My name is John Schaefer. I'm Senior Assistant Director of Admissions at Flagler College, and today we're going to be taking you through the first year application process and helping you with any common questions that you might have. So first things first, when and where can students actually submit their application?
Yeah, so Flagler will open up its application for the fall 2023 application cycle on August 1st. And students can go to our website and they're able to learn which applications we've received. We take two, one of which is our application, and the second is the Common App. And so either one is fine. We don't have a preference for one over the other. Ultimately, either one will work, just not both.
So what should students know when they're submitting the application? What should they be aware of when they're actually completing the application?
Yeah, it's a great question. So essentially, students have two options when it comes time to apply at Flagler. They can apply under early decision or under regular decision. And our early decision is really only intended for students who know that Flagler is their first choice. And if that's something you're comfortable with, you can apply that way. The deadline is November 1st. We notify students on or before December 15th of their admissions status. Now, if students really like Flagler but aren't comfortable with a binding offer of admission, which is what is under early decision, we offer regular decision. That deadline is March 1st. So we notify students typically within 3 weeks of their admissions application being complete. We do prioritize reading early decision files, so once those come through, we take care of those first, but then we move right into our regular decision students too. And so again, don't feel like you need to wait to apply for regular decision after early decision's deadline. You can apply for either one as soon as we open that application up on August 1st.
So what happens after they actually submit their application? What are they going to see, and what do they actually need in order for us to read their application?
Yeah, so typically as soon as a student gets their application submitted to our office, we're going to go through with our operations team and get it processed on our end. So it may take a little bit of time in between the submission when you hit submit and when it gets to our actual system. Now, once that happens though, you're going to get an email from our office that outlines every single thing you need to do at that point. So the first thing, if you did not, as part of the application process, end up submitting your application fee, $50, you can do that through that point through a link. Otherwise, we also accept an official fee waiver, and we'll provide a link to that in the video. Outside of that, we do also require official high school transcripts that can come directly from your school. You can make arrangements from your records office or your school counseling office that can take care of that for you. We do require one letter of recommendation, which needs to be academic based, so that should come from a teacher or a school counselor, someone who knows you well and is familiar with your level of work. We only do require one though, so ultimately you're welcome to send in more than that, but again, that requirement is only one. We also require an application essay, which depending on which application you submit, it will outline what answer you're going to give us. So for our application, it's a very Flagler specific question, whereas for the Common App students applying, you're able to select any of those prompts. We don't have, again, a preference for one over the other application, so feel free to just make sure you're answering that prompt, taking the time, writing a carefully crafted essay, have someone read it over before you hit that submit button, and then that will take care of that. And then the final thing that we do require for some students is going to be test scores. Now, we are a test optional school. We've been test optional since 2018. So students who believe that test scores shouldn't be a part of their admissions review have that option. But for some students, most are going to be our homeschool students, but also international students will be required to submit those test scores to us.
And if students have any questions throughout the process, maybe they're not sure if they should submit their test scores or not, just have general questions throughout the enrollment process, who should they reach out to?
Yeah, so I would highly encourage them to reach out to our admissions staff here in the office. We are each working with a specific territory of students, and we know and are very familiar with the school you go to, the transcripts you have. All of those kind of questions happen very often, so don't ever hesitate to call or email us. We're happy to make this process a little bit easier.
All right, thank you, Stephen, and thank you for joining us for Mini Mic Monday. We'll see you next time.